very complicated thing to explain, but nevertheless, you will find everything you need. I'll make sure. So we want to be able to stop. In order to do that, I2 is the stop emergency. Okay, we can say stop button is an emergency. Then I3 is our diffuser sensor. It's going to be 3. So one thing that you need to appreciate, the 3 here must, I don't want to always, let me say, on a regular basis correspond with the 3 here. And then this one becomes that diffuser sensor. I like calling it as it is. Diffuser 1. Okay. So your emergency stop button also comes as a normally open, and then now for the first time we're going to see a normally closed. It comes I3. So on Siemens, the Siemens advantage is that you don't get to see the I3 and stuff like that. You get to see them with their names and their addresses. So it's much more nicer compared to the I and stuff like that. But I've been working with these input and output for a long time, so I get to understand them. But if you come to a thing about the diffuser 1, when you come here, it will tell you that it's your stop emergency and stuff like that. Then we now right. So as you know that the diffuser wasn't going to connect if it was a normally open, because you see now it needed to be a normally closed in order for it to connect. Okay, so now we're going to play, come there, start, it moves, and then I stop it. Okay, and then I start it. Okay, then I press the emergency stop button. You see, emergency stop button won't allow you to start. You see that? Won't allow you to start again. It's very important. When you are dealing with a dangerous plant, you find that there is something triggering that motion to take place. Currently, I'm triggering the motion start button. When it gets to a real scenario, you'll find that that diffuser 1 is the one that triggers the start button, meaning that because of the plant currently machines in different stations triggers using sensors. So if that sensor triggers the output, meaning the conveyor number 2, that is going to be a problem. Let me explain by doing, because I can hear myself. I could do Google had them now. So in general essence, this diffuser must turn on that. Yeah? Then maybe we have a box like this. So now you see the box where it is. It is triggering the diffuser sensor. So it means that the conveyor belt will run. So if you press your start button, if you press the stop button and the diffuser sensor, its job was to start this, it means it will continue running, even if you want to stop it. So that's when your emergency stop button comes handy, because it overrides even your start button. You see, I press it, nothing's happening. When we press the start button, nothing will happen. Why it doesn't? The emergency, it cuts the connection altogether and it latches. Understand? So when you press it, Let's demonstrate it how it's available 99. And then remove these things. When you press it, you want to know I'm letting it go. I want to sit on a nice angle. Yeah. When you press it, latch, because it's for safety. It says emergency safety button, basically. It latches and holds in. Even if other signals, like in the case of, even if other signals, like in this case, this one, the sensor is on, it triggers the motion of the conveyor belt to run. Actually, we need to always think of the worst scenarios. A person puts their hand in, the sensor is triggered, and it keeps on crashing in because of that. So when you press the emergency stop button, it removes the power from the diffuser sensor. It won't trigger the motion to take place. So because it latches, it holds it in place. So it's safer. It's a much more safer way of wiring your plant. You must have it, emergency stop button. Other people might not understand it, but you must have it. I only started using it when I used this software. In other software, they don't have it, like zeros. So, but yeah, it's compulsory to have it in the plant. I recommend it because now I'm soon gonna start servicing rail plants. Remember the value adding that I'm trying to add on my business. So they are a company that says, Nick, we like what you're doing. We want you to help us with our plants. So I need to start understanding this thing of invoicing people, charging people. I don't do it because of I like money, but there need to be value onto my smaller end of business. And the kids need to eat. I have 3 kids, guys. My 3rd born is coming next month. So let's see if this thing will indeed run. Okay. Oh, the reason why it's not running, I3, you see here, it's been cut. So whenever you troubleshoot, you try to understand what is my problem on the station. If you can't see the problem, you go to your code. And then I3 is not triggered. And the reason why I3 is not triggered, if you come here, remember we placed what? A box on top of it. Remove the box. Then this is blue. You see that? Then you start. Should run. Oh, you start. Nzaki, where does the start button supposed to sit between the left side and the right side?
On the conveyor belt, is that what you're asking?
On the DB, whether it has an HMI on it, on the DB. Yes.
Oh, okay. I think on the left.
On the left, yeah? Yeah. Because I could see that naturally, I pressed the stop button when I wanted to start instead of the stop.
Yeah.
And I always put the right side. Yeah. I'll let you consult with you because I believe what you should know this. All right, so now, as you can see, this thing managed to go to the destination, which is the diffuser one. So the diffuser one is the one that it cuts the signal. So if you come here, you see, it's a normally closed. When you place the product, it cuts the signal. So if I restart this, it will go there, and then this one, then you say stop, delete, and start. Right? Let's do it one more time. This thing's moving very slow. Okay. So start. And this thing makes real life sounds too. Like if you put on the software, you hear like you hear real sounds. So once we get there, it stops time. Okay. So most of the time, you don't want it to stop immediately. You'll have to introduce a timer so that it can pass. I understand. So, because we inserted the diffuser sensor, the aim is for it to stop. Basically, Harry Hunter stop. Basically, this is supposed to be. I made a mistake. I wasn't supposed to edit that thing and then continue with it. Because, right. So now, yeah, so is correct. Now I can see what she said. Right. So now, so at first, what did it do? It fell like it. So we don't want it to fall. Yeah, this is why we're having this. Yes, stop. Yes, yeah. So now, but it stops it immediately. Let's say maybe over the for years and then anyway, and then you stop the conveyor belt after. You then go to your program, re-amend it, put a timer, and it will follow the timer. We can do the timer thing because I believe it's very important. Let's say after from the PLC training I value. Let's do the thing first. So I'm gonna put the chute, yeah, they call it the chute. So first thing first, conveyor belt is very long. This version of picture, it's the slow one. Unfortunately, I only received the first version. No. So on my own PC, the conveyor belt runs very fast, and you can even control the speed. I don't teach speed control with my students. I will teach it with you guys. It's very important. Conveyor belts must have speed, simple as that. Actually, industrial engineering engineers, we do tax time. So they will tell you ramp up the speed. The tax time calculation don't add up. So you need to be able to control the speed. But we'll get there. So now we set timer. So I had to reduce this. It travels forever. The timer, it's nothing but a function. So a normal timer doesn't latch. I don't know, these days you are able to tell the timer to latch. From my background, you can't. But I've seen that from here, you can. I don't strongly recommend that. So once you place something, you need to initialize it. You can rename it, or you can just click enter. When you click enter, it has what they call retain there. I don't think you should just retain there. I think I've never worked with a system whereby I do with physical equipment, then I use the retain. You can test it at home if you want to. I don't use it. Okay. Then your timer there, that's your variable, that's your TON 0. The TON stands for the timer on delay. And then that one must come here. I3. So now here you have your timer. Your timer is written similarly as the one used by Siemens. So this will turn off after 3 seconds. But the 3 seconds, it's not enough. Let's say 5 seconds. Okay. So to allow the product to form. Then now, the output of the timer must be the one that goes there. So you come here, you click the very same thing. How do you say? You want to tell me that I forgot how to do the time? Oh, I want to start moving between softwares. you're gonna come across problems. It's T hashtag the number of time, the seconds, like 5S. They're not SS, it's 5S. So 5 seconds. T hashtag 5 seconds. So when you get here, then you need to put an output, yeah? So this output is going to go there. So this one is gone basically, but let's leave it empty like that. So here we're going to introduce memory coils, M0. Memory coils. They are under bool, then they are under bool, but they're not physical outputs. You cannot connect them physically on a certain machine. Memory coils. Yeah, you must go read them on theoretical somewhere. I don't have the proper explanation of what they mean exactly. Then they're also gonna go down there, they are on a pole, and then that M0 is gonna come here. So now, what this means is that this one must be lit there, it must be empty for EG. Okay, what it means now is when I3 is on, remember I3 was there. When I3 is on, we expect the timer to go until it turns on. Then that one is gonna go there. But one fact is it doesn't retain. I'll answer that. It doesn't retain. Yeah? It doesn't retain at all. So in order for it to retain, we're going to introduce a latching relay. Yeah? A latching relay is RS here. RS, you place it there. Now things start to change. Press enter once. Your latching relay is also a bull. I don't know what's in bull, but it's also a bull. There you click enter. Then you're gonna see it there. That's your latching relay. Then actually this must go and it becomes like that. I3 here. Enter. Then these ones are your stop buttons. Remember, this one is function block. I'm already tapping into function block. I1. I'll answer you. I'm going to ask you, both of you. This I1, which is the stop button, it is designed to reset the latching relay. The latching relay, I'll give you my own notes, yeah? And I'll give you also the notes from Siemens directly. But I recommend you watch my videos. I try to explain them. I try to test them a million times. I1 is a normally closed thing. Ne? If you put it here, it's on. What will it do on the reset? Wouldn't it reset this thing? It will reset it. Are we clear? So, no I1 again, I1, I2, it's not an emergency. It's still stop buttons, DB2. If you connect them on the reset, then the reset will be active. So what is it that we must do in order for them not to reset? We then connect them as negate. We're going to negate them like this. Because they are active. Remember here they were active. This is a series connection again. So in a series connection, everything needs to turn on. Therefore, it was making sense for us to leave them really on, but not here. Here's not a series connection. It's a function block. So the function block has a set and a reset. So if we let it as a normally closed, it means that it's going to trigger this and then the whole system will never work. I have videos on LED, on logo that are done demonstrating this section. I think if you watch them, you will understand much more. And then I'm going to mix ladder and function block at the same time by doing this. For the emergency button, I2. So now I3 activates, the set goes on, and then the timer will count until the timer finishes. Because the timer doesn't memorize anything. It cannot retain itself. It cannot latch itself. Not unless you go to its properties and then you click retain, which I don't recommend. Because I don't want, when you get to other PLCs country, they don't have retain. So you might as well show you how do you retain it in advance. And then from here, the job is to go repeat this, work on it until it makes sense. If it doesn't, particularly for this one, for this example, I won't charge you anything. It's not new knowledge. Whenever we talk about this, I'll answer you. Even if you want me to answer you, maybe a simple, Nick, I'm confused with this. I can do a snap video and answer you. I won't have any problem. The problem starts when I have to have a session. A session, I'll charge you, obviously. But if I need to answer you something, I'll answer you anything. I'm talkative, guys. I'm sure you can see already. Until I get to Limpopo, but I don't like driving. I wouldn't drive until Limpopo, but I can talk until Limpopo. I no longer like driving mountains. Yo, I hate that. So, to demonstrate this properly, I want a small box. Not a small pallet, too. Yeah, small pallet, too. Right, then that. So now, I think the emergency is stopping us. So every time you must go back. I like it when I have problems, guys. I enjoy it. Who can tell me why this thing is not running? I already figured it out. Everything is fine, as you can see, everything is fine, but it's not running. The reason why it's not running is the conveyor belt is not configured. It's a new conveyor belt for meter. Now it's running. See? Why is it rotating? This is new. Stop. Oh, place it incorrectly. Okay. Sit on a side profile. Yeah, okay. So we are able to move, and the counter still counting, then it stops after we've passed it. So if, let's say, we didn't latch it, the timer wasn't gonna end up allowing us to stop the conveyor belt. I'll make an example now. Stop this, go like that. Yeah, it will be like this. I wish you could see my two screens because I was just gonna split them, but you can't. Let's do this and do that. Side profile. Okay, then with reset, okay, number one. So let's put it on the side profile. Nice. Change this. Okay. Cool. So let's see what it will do when it gets to I3 there. I3 starts to count. It counts, then it falls. Then look, it couldn't finish counting. The conveyor belt still runs. You see? So when we retain it, we'll give it a chance to really run until it finishes. So the code it's the same as what is happening here, whereas this one. So we take the latching relay, latch, then we put it over here, and then we put our, you must always do that, but you can still use it as 0 because we had it as 0 there, but it's fine, that's fine. So now I1 and negate, and then parallel. The parallel we are putting it because we want I2 as well to operate on this timer. Otherwise, the timer will find a way to scam us. So everything must have your emergency stop button. Otherwise, you are not winning. There's something that will go wrong. Right. Then now let's demonstrate the clock now, the timer. So I didn't press F5. Is it F5? F8. F5. Okay. So now we're going to just press this. What did I press? Okay. Start. And we does pass, né? And we fall off within 2 seconds, but the timer still counts. Then when this output here, the memory turns on, it goes and turns on here. But unfortunately, it's opposite. Then it disconnects the signal. Then the output turns off. From there, by your own, you should try to put on another station here, another conveyor belt. You should be able to put on the turntable. This one turns. You should be able to put on by yourself. Or should I say, the next time we meet, this is what you should expect. We're now ramping up the lectures. From here, I move directly to analog. After we do this, I'll definitely take you to analog because you guys are not my students. I can't teach you as if I'm trying to cover the entire semester. I'm exposing you, then you run with it. Yeah. So once you can do this, definitely I can give you a test that I tested my students last semester. Then I'll mark you honestly. I mark electronically. I don't do paperwork at all. I write. Oh, like you can see, there's not even me who wrote here. This thing is even more than 6 months old, probably. I don't write at all. I can't even write anymore. I'm paperless thingy. I write only when I write notes when I'm with my supervisor. Because that one is old school. So there you write. I have no choice when it comes to that one. So guys, this is the end of our session.